Hi, we are Team HealthLink. We are presenting our solution for the health data platform's metadata challenge. So in this video, I'll show you how we went about modeling the data set, how we loaded the data set, what are the issues we faced, and finally showing you a sample query for the data sets loaded on our servers. So getting started, what we did was we started by modeling a set of model ontologies that would cover several health data domains. And we did that by looking at the healthdata.gov dataset. So there are around 371 datasets, of which we looked at 123 datasets, which were CSV datasets. And we went through these datasets to identify what are the common patterns, what are the common elements, what types of data they are. So we modeled that using a top-down and bottom-up approach, and we used Protege's tool for modeling it. And in this process, we used several external ontologies for the modeling process as well. So, for example, organization, FOF organization is used as a parent class for health concepts like clinical trial site, clinical trial sponsor, nursing home, and so on. Similarly, we model several object properties, data properties. For example, this population comes from geonames, and the subclass properties are modeled in our URI namespace. Secondly, in terms of the overall stats on the dataset on our model, we had over 83 classes, 43 object properties, 102 data properties with these axioms. We used in total 10 external ontologies were referenced through our HealthLink ontology. So there we used FOF, we used the government data reference ontology, geonames, vcard, good relations, W3C geo ontology, and so on. And we used this to model 6 health.gov datasets that we selected based on their representation richness and the coverage that represents each of the top areas that we identified, Medicare costs, health research, EHRs, and so on. So to load the actual data, what we did was we used the RDB to RDF mapping language, R to RML, which allows us to just create this declarative mappings between the CSV fields and the RDF triple URIs. So this allows us to load the data directly from the source CSVs on healthdata.gov into these triples without doing any custom programming or scripts to load this data set into the system. So for this, I'll just show you a sample query that we built. Before that, I'll just like to discuss some challenges that we faced, which is, with a considerable amount of work that we went into, solving these problems and the modeling issues and how to overcome that. So there are a lot of issues in, how we model complex variables, and one thing we noticed was, there's no good way to model, things like, open cases during fiscal year, good cause determination count. So things like that, where which are only good for specific agency purposes, was very hard to model. Secondly, the overlap that we found across data sets was limited to, location concepts, demographic concepts, or medical concepts. Um, so not a lot overlap between the datasets and healthdata.gov except these areas. And we'll also notice a lot of issues in mapping and loading which needs to be resolved going forward. So I'll show you a sample query that is based on the toxicology and the community health status dataset. So this particular sample query looks at and it finds all toxic releasing facilities that release lead in a given county and the population counts of death by cancer in that particular county. So I'll just take this link and I'll write on there. So this is a Sparkle link that queries our RDF store with this data sets loaded using the HealthLink metadata, and it has all the data set loaded, and there are URLs to this particular domain on the slide deck. So this is right now running the Sparkle query, and we used Virtuoso's system to do the query. So as you can see here, it has returned all the toxic facilities in a given county for the state and the population counts for that by cancer in that given county. So we just took one of the toxic facility URI and we'll do faceted browsing on this particular URI. So this is a toxic release facility which releases these set of chemicals. It's located in this particular county and it's located in this particular state code. So in this faceted view, I could just go ahead and click this particular URI, which then points to referencedata.gov, and now I see URIs associated with this particular state on healthdata.gov. Similarly, I could also then go and look at this chemical, for example here, lead, which we have defined as biontology mesh concept, which I can again go and click and follow the links to mesh, and this is hosted by biontology. So as you can see, the power of linking the ontologies becomes apparent. How we, the model and the actual data sets that are present in the linked data world. So we are very excited about our solution, and we hope to add more data sets using HealthLink. And in the slide deck, we have links to the vocabularies that we modeled, and also link to the faceted browser. We look forward to your feedback and hope to continue getting work on this. Thank you.